Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about the Valley, some Vanderpump Rules crossovers, not Lisa Vanderpump with a new restaurant. Like this woman is doing the damn thing. And I always say, I'm so proud to say that I worked for LVP, even though, like, she's probably like, I don't know who the fuck you are. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Um, we're back to talk about all of the things. Before we do, if you guys have not, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And I think let's jump right in, shall we? Okay, guys. So I was sitting here looking at different little clips and things that were being said, but before I get into all of those, I need to at least get into this. Well, there was a source. There was apparently an attorney who decided to talk to the US Sun, also People, saying that he does not think that Jax Taylor is going to make it on the show. I thought that that was an interesting read. You know, Jax Taylor, he has admitted to emotional, financial, and physical abuse towards Brittany Cartwright, who is now his estranged wife, throwing furniture, refusing mortgage payments, planting surveillance devices, also sending rage texts. But attorney Jamie E. Wright said that Bravo is playing with fire by continuing to film and air his behavior, stating that they actually do risk a legal responsibility if incidents of abuse are filmed and monetized without intervention. So there was a change.org petition with over 13,000 signatures that demanded Bravo fires Jax. And, you know, we know that he had his planned podcast tour in the Mind of a Man, and that was canceled after the venue or multiple venues decided to issue a ban due to his behavior with, I guess, some of the stuff on the show. But the backlash also intensified to the point where Bravo initially pulled him from Vanderpump Rules in 2020. Now, yes, he did return to the Valley, but also he is kind of the catalyst of why the Valley even exists. So during a Watch What Happens Live appearance, he did express remorse, labeling his actions as utterly embarrassing and confirming that he's committed to sobriety. And a lot of the critics have argued that Bravo is prioritizing the drama and the ratings over cast safety, and that continuing to platform Jax crosses an ethical line. Now, do I think that people are reaching? No, actually, I don't. I think to this point, I feel like you have somebody who has an incredible team, an incredible base around them, and a ton of people who are literally like, what are you doing? Stop, relax, take it in for a minute, process. And then after you process, then address what you want to address. But don't be so mediocre in the sense that you're going to jump the gun and answer every single question that is combative with a combative answer. That's not a good thing. You want somebody who's able to process, understand, and articulate a message that's not echoing the same sentiment of what the question was, which normally 9 times out of 10, when you're questioning somebody who is appearing to be the villain on a show, it's going to be a negative question, right? Aye, aye, aye. But hold on. Now, on Katie Maloney's podcast, Stassi ended up revealing that producers repeatedly pushed her and co-stars like Dana Cathan and Sheena Shea into racy bikinis and spray tan shoots, and sometimes even topless or waxed for camera, and making it very intriguing. But Sheena convinced Stassi to get Botox in her 20s, and Stassi later regretted the fillers in her cheeks, her chin, her jaw, and she said that they made her look like a fucking clown and scared her away from future procedures. So she drank weed tea that unexpectedly spiked her, and she described being incapacitated, unable to talk or move, and eventually vomited in a dumpster before still showing up for press. But Long before the cameras ever actually caught Jax stealing sunglasses in Hawaii, Stassi said that Jax has secretly stolen from castmates since early Vanderpump Rules days, labeling him as a longtime thief. And she admitted that she was easily influenced by producers in drinking all day and all night scenarios. And she did praise Dana for saying no to risque producer requests. So she was like, listen, yes, I did it. But for you, Dana, good for you that you were able to say you. And I think that this is funny because I have literally reiterated so many times to you guys that watching Stassi in action on Vanderpump Rules, I remember going into the Sir Alley where Stassi was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not filming what you're asking me to film. I don't need to do it. I don't have to do it. I'm not doing it. I don't give a shit what you guys think. I'm not doing it. And I thought it was pretty like, wow, look at her go. But that's not it. So we're going to end up giving you guys a few little clips here or things like this one. Lisa Vanderpump is bringing dramatic and immersive, well, at least one restaurant to Scottsdale. Apparently, Wolf is going to Scottsdale. So I think that this is going to be really, really exciting. And to be honest with you, this woman knows how to make a restaurant, and she is not stopping anytime soon. Now, on top of that, somebody said on Reddit, Marcus was my server last night, said that he is the center of the drama in the reboot, but I'm in LA for a conference, and I spent my ground transportation stipend Ubering to and from Sir from South Central. 3 new cast members were there, and Marcus was my server. And as I quietly and obediently took the I don't know what the fuck that says, of goat cheese balls and pumptini, the table next to me asked about the reboot. And he said, yes, I'm in it. I am. I'm the drama. And he also mentioned that they wrapped on June 1st and that the show comes out in October. And I remain skeptical, but seeing 3 cast members working with no cameras around gives me hope that they will at least recapture some of the delicious toxicity of restaurant staff life. Yeah. I mean, okay. Now, on top of that, Bravo OOMG said that deranged justice for Jax account is using AI to generate photos of Jax Taylor, and they are unintentionally the funniest thing that I've seen all week. Also, as Zach said, it can't be Jax running it, not enough typos. The guy can't even spell rehab, let alone operate ChatGPT. And he said, when did protecting the vulnerable become so deranged? And they said, sweetie, with all due, if you think Jax Taylor is vulnerable, you've got bigger problems than you realize. Blink twice if Lori Kay is holding you hostage. Let me just say this really quick. Love Bravo OMG. I actually really feel bad for Lori Kay. Lori Kay literally is trying to sit there and consistently help out. She is not trying to drive a salacious narrative. She is not trying to monetize off of negative behavior. She is not trying to push him to make her more money while she sits there and watches, like a train crashing into a wall. That is not Lori Kay. So I think that when people are leaning into that narrative, I truly find it to be a false narrative, but that's my opinion. Now, I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And I guess after that, we'll see you in just a little bit.